Buhari is always interested in talking about Biafra this, Biafra war, Biafra this, Biafra that. The next thing they'll be telling you he built a second Niger bridge. For who? Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari has revealed how his colleagues in the military were jealous of him when he was sent to India and the United States for military training during the 30 months of civil war. Nigeria fought a civil war with Biafra, mainly the old eastern part of Nigeria, which started over alleged marginalization and genocide committed against the people of the region in the north. The war broke out on July 6, 1967, after the then military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, failed to honor the infamous Aburi Accord or Aburi Declaration, which was reached at a meeting between January 4th and 5th, 1967 in Aburi, Ghana, to forestall and address various concerns. At the time, the civil war was eventually ended on January 15, 1970. Narrating his experience in a documentary titled The Essential Muhammad Buhari, which aired on Channels Television on Sunday, the Nigerian president, who is a former military head of state, said he walked from Benue State virtually to the sea, fighting with small range arms during the war. He said, "If I told you I walked across Nigeria from Benue State virtually up to the sea when we were fighting the civil war, the 30 months of the civil war, I was always at the front using the small arms range for the 30 months. I never relieved. But when I was sent to India and to the United States subsequently to do my training, people were saying, why is it always Buhari? But when I was being sent to the front line, nobody asked why didn't they bring me to the headquarters where they were to drink and dance. This is Nigeria." Commenting on the 1993 coup d'etat, Buhari said it wasn't easy in the sense that I noticed a lot of something was going wrong. Personally, people were looking for office just to be materially endowed or to be empowered. I thought it was wrong. I think leadership is the second fight. Speaking on his marriage and death of his first daughter and first son, Buhari revealed that when his first wife died, he refused to marry any woman without AA blood genotype, as he is AS. He said there is what is called sickle cell anemia. There are people who are AS, there are people who are SS. So I think when the developed people found out about the disease that tried to stop marriage between AS or SS or AS and AS, so that they don't have a child with sickle cell anemia. My first late wife, unfortunately, I think she was AS. I think, and I am AS. So my two children, my first daughter and my first son, happened to be SS, and they all died of it. It was hard for me, but when I got married to my second wife, I asked person who introduced her to me whether she is AA, that she must be AA so that my child could be AS or AA. I told the person that AS is not acceptable to me. What see this man, the yourself? This Buhari, to me, they even they make sense. They even they talk things. Even people they even they write for themselves. Well, they write according to the way he reasons. Can you see Obasanjo's letter, whether he endorsed Obi or not? When you see facts, you will see things that a lot of people were shedding tears with the letter. This is reality that, this man, I don't understand. That's just the way I feel. And I know a lot of people feel that, but, because of hypocrisy, they will want to be digressing. This man doesn't make sense, honestly. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. We just pray that God will not give us this kind of person again. God should not give Nigeria this kind of person again, honestly. See all the talk, they are jealous of him, they are whatever, they are envious of him. If he doesn't talk about a civil war, Biafra civil war, he no go rest. He will not rest. Endurance trek now for Fulani people like you. Don't think you are impressing anybody with your long distance trek. I beg. I forced myself to watch 20 seconds of the clips of Buhari's documentary. Do you know what I saw? He just wanted to show Tinubu the primary and secondary schools he attended and his classmates. It doesn't make. I tell you, this one no dey make. You know, go make sense now. This be all this. Now that you are finishing your tenure, you can turn storyteller as well. Wale Soyinka the second continue. How is this our concern, for crying out loud? This guy has destroyed this country. He has done so much harm. Which sea abeg, Sea of Galilee or Red Sea? The Normans are still walking around Nigeria today. It has nothing to do with Biafra. You are a nomad, sir. The man is suffering from PTSD from Biafra war that needed to be treated after the war but was ignored. He's still fighting Biafra war 53 years later. That's just the way I see it. He's so obsessed with Biafra war, Biafra this and that. He did this. Well, bro, I think you should talk about a scarcity of fuel, insecurity and unemployment in Nigeria. Stop giving us a love story. You can imagine. That's why I say this man does not make sense. He's the minister of petroleum, a president for that matter. He will not say nothing. Like I said, people are writing all this nonsense and rubbish for him based on his own kind of person. So they are not going to write anything meaningful. You can imagine the kind of story that this useless story that he's talking about. What has that got to do with it in Nigeria? The real issue that he's supposed to speak on, he will not speak on them. You walk from Benue to the sea to kill innocent people, but cannot drive to nearby Kaduna to confront the bandit terrorists killing people. When His Excellency Umar Musa Yar'Adua was Nigeria president, he carried everybody along, but you are too tribalistic. No wonder our economy is doing very well. Does it concern Nigerians? I think Baba is suddenly overwhelmed by the fantasy of a nostalgic feeling. He wants to young again. What has that got to do with good governance? Let the sectional president tell us what he unleashed, why he unleashed terrorists and bandits against Nigerians, as well as immersing more than 1 million people into poverty. We are talking of 133 million. We are saying 1 million. Was he forced to marry Aisha? Next to this will be the other room stories. How can this your marriage stories concern us? Due respect, we don't even want anything that will divert our attention. All we are saying is more old men give us Obi. No more old men. Those innocent Biafrans and Christian families that you killed and keep killing till today, don't worry, you will come down from power very soon. Even if it comes to power, which will happen to them? What happened to the previous ones? Oga concentrates on how to return the country as it was in 2015. This Tales by Moonlight is not helping matter. Buhari obsessed with with Biafra. He believes the war has not ended. That is it.